Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I have a mandate from God, people, to bring about the greatest prosperity period that this world have ever seen. And the way that I do it, people, is by creating a million millionaires. My message for you today, people, is for you to love yourself and embrace all of who you are, man. You know, it's like, what does that really look like? Really and truly, man, it's like when you look at yourself as a whole, it's like you're exploring, like, who are you? How do you fit and how do you relate in this world? It's like the biggest thing I want you to explore about yourself is I want you to explore just acknowledging, first of all, obviously, all the things you love about your life, the things you don't like about your life, let's say weaknesses, for example. I want you to at least identify them. I want you to identify them because once you identify your weaknesses, people, then you can do something about them. You know what I'm saying? You can either decide to keep them like the way they are, or you can actually do something to change, them in different time over time. Like pick one at a time that you want to work on and work on it. But I want you to really just practice really embracing all of who you are, though. The things that you consider your weaknesses, it's like not only do you identify them, but you can really explore, like, okay, well, first of all, it's like, what can you do to change that? You know what I mean? And the fact that, because obviously the first step is you identifying it. So by you identifying it, you make a decision. Okay, I want to change that. How can I go about changing that? People, it really is an exciting journey, man, when you really reflect on your life and, decide and start taking actions to improve yourself. I think self-improvement is one of the greatest gifts that you can give to yourself, man. There is no amount of money that can give you the feeling that comes from that. It's that as you develop yourself, it's a genuine happiness that comes inside of you because you finally start to take control of your life. Like you're literally dictating, what you do and how you go about your day and your routines and what you do. Like you're literally creating your life, man. And there's no better place or space to be than to be in a position where you're doing that. I want you to applaud yourself, man, for really, deciding to take on this journey because it's a never-ending journey. Your entire life, like, imagine this for a second. Like, every single day, if you're literally coming out here to improve on yourself, love yourself, number one, obviously, all of who you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, your shortcomings, the mistakes you make. Like, be okay with that. Like, you have to make peace with these things because, there's different times when we experience different things. There's times when we're on our high, like everything is working out like we want it to. There's times when things are not working the way you want it to. But at your true core, you should not change. Those are just circumstances or situations, And it's a powerful position to be in to even know the distinction that the things you're experiencing is not who you are, it's just things that you're experiencing. That's all it is, man. At the end of the day, you are creating your amazing life and you are controlling who and what you identify, yourself as. Like you're creating the new amazing you. And I just really want you, man, to kind of really explore that and be okay with identifying your weaknesses and seeing the impact of how they affect your life because that actually help you to gain the motivation that you need sometimes to really be willing to do the work that's necessary for you to change your weaknesses to make them your strength over time. And a big part of that, man, is just understanding the different components with that, like understanding that your routine is the way you create habits. So it's like any area of your life that you want to change, you have to literally look at the routine that you're doing that's creating those weaknesses and tweak how you can change those habits or those routine, I should say, that's going to give you a better outcome over time. And as you keep doing those habits, obvious, those routines, they become your habit. You know, and once anything become your habit, people, you could do it on autopilot. I think it was shown that studies showed, I think 40% of what you do every day, you do it without even realizing it. Imagine if you know what you are doing those 40% of the time, and you get to dictate and control those things that you do. That's what I'm encouraging you to do, man, as you really figure your life out. Is to really evaluate what are you doing as a daily routine, daily, and really take control of that and decide what changes you can make. It is way easier, people, to actually change the bad habits you have versus replacing them with new ones, even though you can. You know what I'm saying? It's good to learn how to change those habits. First, you got to identify the bad habits, and then look at the routines that's producing that bad habit, and then keep tweaking the routine until you change that bad habit to a good one. It's way easier to do that, people, because you've already been doing it for years. So it's easier to make smaller changes than to make drastic changes. So that's one epiphany that I've had recently, and that's one that I know will change your life, man. But in the midst of all this, though, is that I really want you to love and embrace all of who you are, man. I want you to embrace your weaknesses, embrace your strengths, embrace, your shortcomings, your vulnerabilities. Like all those things, people, is a composite of who and what you are. And I really want you to embrace and own all of that, man, because once you do, then it gives you the power and give you the control over your life. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off there for the day. But listen, my affirmation over your life right now, people, number one is that I am grateful now that you are a millionaire. I am grateful now that you're in the best shape of your life and you have amazing health. I am grateful now that you're married to the person of your dreams, people. I also pray, people, that the Spirit of God that's inside of you, man, will continue to awaken that giant that I know is inside of you. I pray that you will allow the Spirit that's inside of you to guide your steps, people, so you can really take steps towards creating and experiencing your amazing life on this earth. I pray for nothing but abundance and blessings over your life, people. Y'all have an amazing day. We'll talk tomorrow.